What's going on, guys? It's me, Fan 2016 here, and today we have another model plane unboxing video for you guys. I hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today, we have quite a very nice box right here from West Coast Diecast. As you can see, it's kind of like a rectangular box, so there's actually technically 6 models in there. There's a couple of models I do want to save for an upcoming unboxing video, but I do want to unbox a couple of models that are in this package right here. So I'll be unboxing 2 models for today's video, and these 2 models I'm just super excited to have, and these are new types of airplanes in my collection, so I'm just beyond excited. They're all NG models, so whew, really excited to do this. So with that being said, let's get into the box. I'm currently standing up for this one, and yeah, there's like a fragile label, so I like on how they added like a fragile label. Here, let me position the box. So here's a fragile label, and as you can see, there's like an item number, so that's 78011, and the registration has Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Mike. So there's like 747-8s from Lufthansa. That's like that registration, that's from NG's 747-8 in the old livery from Lufthansa. But yes, there will be a 747-8 in there, so it's gonna be very exciting for me. So we're gonna unbox these. We'll cut this tape in this case. So as I position her, we position this. Let me open up the box as I get things out. Well, of course, here's my invoice, so I'm not gonna go into further explanation. I'll just take this away because yes. And then here's my business card, which actually looks different compared to the one that I had before. So it's kind of like the edges are now curved off. So as you can see, thank you so much, West Coast Diecast, especially Dan, because I think he's the store owner of West Coast Diecast. So here we go. So we're gonna get started. As you can see, so here are the first of 4 models. So as you can see, these are Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700s from NG's. I think they came from January 2024. So these are the NG 2024 release Southwest Boeing 737-700s. These are actually going to be saved in a different video, so I'll just put this away like so. But I'm just beyond excited to have these Southwest 737-700s because they're really critical for my collection, especially for my Southwest collection. But the star of the shows are here. So as I take it all out, let me just take care of this. Come on. Alright, and here we go. So let me just put this box aside. We'll just take this out, so I'm just gonna drop it like so. But here we go. So outside of the boxes, we have 2 Boeing 747-8s from NG models. These are their brand new molds. I think they did announce this in late 2023. So we're gonna get started with the first one. The first one we have is the Atlas Air Boeing 747-8 freighter, the final Boeing 747 ever produced, with the Apex Logistics logo and the Forever Incredible Joe Sutter sticker. So really excited to have this. First of 2 747-8s. And as for the second one, we have, it's in this plastic box, we have the Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental in the retro livery. Man, really excited to have these in my collection. Once again, these are my first of 2 Boeing 747-8s in my collection. Well, more in particular, my first 747-8 freighter and my first 747-8 Intercontinental. So I'm just beyond excited to finally have them in my collection. I do have the 747-400 and SP, so adding the -8 is really an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing. So here they are. I'll just set this away. So here they are. So these are the 747-8s, looking absolutely very awesome. And here are my 2 Boeing 747-8s from NG models. Once again, I have my first 747-8 freighter and my first 747-8 Intercontinental, which I'm very excited to really have these in my collection. They are very, I'm not saying well critical, but they're just a new addition aircraft to my collection for the 747. Once again, I already have the 400 and the SP in my collection, so acquiring these 2 -8s, they're just S tier effort. That's just S tier effort. So yeah, here they are right here. So I think what I do want to start with first is the 747-8 freighter. Actually, oh boy, it's kind of hard to choose because these 2 liveries are just really awesome. But if I were to say the best for last, I would have to say it's that Lufthansa 747-8 Intercontinental. So we're gonna get started with the last 747 ever. So that's the Atlas Air 747-8 with the Apex Logistic titles, or just the Apex Logistics titles on the port side. So with that being said, let's get started with that 747-8 first, and then we're gonna proceed to the Retro Livy Lufthansa 748. So with that being said, let's get started with the Atlas 747. Alright, let's start off this unboxing with the NG models 1/400 scale Atlas Air Boeing 747-8 freighter with the Apex Logistic titles, the last ever 747 ever. Really excited to have this. This is a very special model for many collectors. The Gemini, I think the Gemini is still available already. The first iteration, which is the 747-8 November 863 Golf Tango, that was in the factory phase. That's already sold out, but there will be a second one coming in the Ultimate Collection. But really excited to have this because I decided go for the one that's already painted in the Apex Logistic tiles. So once again, a very special plane right here for all 747 fans. The last ever Boeing 747-8. She was delivered back in January 31st of 2023, and well, January 31st. There was like a ceremony that happened on that day, January 31st, and on February 1st of 2023, she was delivered to Atlas Air in a very special like a way of fashion. So yeah, we'll get started with the box. So you got the Boeing 747-8 freighter tiles right there. You got the Joe Sutter Forever Incredible right there. That's the decal that's placed on the starboard section of the aircraft. You got the CGI image of the aircraft, and what I do like about this box is the crown. As it like the 747 has a crown with the 747 titles, that's actually like the flight path of the final 747-8 delivery flight. So I like on how NG was able to do that. So this 747 has a crown. The last 747 right there, proudly building the 14th 747-8 freighter to Atlas Air. You got the line number of the aircraft. Line number is 1574, and the aircraft registration, a very special registration, November 863 Golf Tango. 1/400 scale collectible model, die-cast metal. You got the Boeing licensed product right there. You got the Apex Logistic tiles operated by Atlas Air Incorporated. You got the aircraft name, Empowered, and then you got the Atlas Air titles, 30th anniversary as well, 1992 to 2022. And what's so cool about this box is this. This is an Ultimate Collection box, so it's not like your typical NG Models box, but it's rather different that I'm going to show you guys later in this video. So, we're going to move on to the sides. As you can see here, the sides, it says open right there, so I'll demonstrate that later. You got the last 747 right there, operated by Apex Logistics. You got one side right here, and then its side says last 747, and then you got another side. And how about this? This is very nice, really nice. The back is very different. Forever Incredible, because that's basically the 747. The Incredibles built the Boeing 747 back in 1969. You got the Boeing licensed company right there. You got your warning hazards. There's no CGI image, like the CGI image of the aircraft right there. It just says Forever Incredible, which is it's a very special tribute to the 747. And the other number of this model is 78015. So, beyond excited to finally have my hands on the last 747-8 from NG Models. I would like to go for the Gemini version, but I'll just have to wait and see. But for now, I think this NG will do for now. So, it's a very beautiful model. I can't wait to see it. So with that being said, let me demonstrate on how the Ultimate Collection works. So with that being said, let's move on to the next clip. Alright, so as previously mentioned, this model is an Ultimate Collection. So what that is, the box of the NG box is very different compared to what you see in NG's when it was before it had the Ultimate Collection. So how that works is, as you can see, here's the side. It says open. So let me just open it like so. And then it says it's kind of like Gemini 200 boxes where you just open the flap like so. It's a magnetic flap, which is very nice. And then as I open it, it says operated by Apex Logistics right there. So I would just open it up and then the model will be inside. So it's almost like a Gemini 200 box, but this is for 1/4 scale and produced by NG Models. So with that being said, as I take out the flap, it's kind of like a pamphlet almost, but as I take out the pamphlet of this box, the last 747 should appear in my eyes in 1/4 scale model form. So with that being said, here we go. Wow, and there she is. That's just, wow. Very beautiful right here. And as you can see, here is the description. I do like on how they added the various first flight and first deliveries and last deliveries of each 747 customer right there. It says, "Thank you 747 team, you are incredible." And as you can see, you got all like the various first flights and flight deliveries. Like the 747-100 took off on February 9th, 1969. That was the first ever 747 ever produced, November 747-0. And the first delivery of the 747-100 was from Pan Am on December 13th, 1969. And then the last delivery of the 747s, 747-100 to be in particular, was from June 1986 to Japan Airlines. And as you can see, last 747-8 Intercontinental was delivered to Korean Air in July 31st of 2017. And the last 747 ever, 747-8 Freighter, was delivered on February 1st of 2023. And then of course you got the flight pass of the last 747 delivery flight and the Joe Sutter sticker, which is amazing. It's just amazing. That's all I can really say. So, as I set her down, well, just want to move this a bit. And I do have my CRP. It's really different. It is, what is this? This is December 2023. So this is a new type of collector card. I think this is my first time I'm having this type of collector card, and it has some different wording. You can pause and read. Let me just set it up close. You can pause and read all that. Here, let me focus again. So you can pause and read all that. I think this is like a navy bluish color, and then the backside it shows like a white. So, really nice to have that. And here we go. Let me just like, okay, this is, once again, this is my first time having a box like this, so I'm kind of unfamiliarized on how this works, but I think I know what to do, but just the packaging design is just so different, is what's kind of like, oh boy, I think the cradle's about to be, yeah. On second thought, okay, well, that's how it works. Alright, so here we go. Ooh, and as you can see on the bottom here, there's something at the bottom that I'll take out later, but wow, oh man. First 747-8 in my collection as I take her out of the cradle. Wow. Oh man. Whew. Wow, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. Let me check the wings. Wings are good. What about this? That's good. Horizontal stabilizers and the tail. Wow. Oh my goodness. Ah, shoot, dang it. Well, unfortunately, I guess the tires are missing. I don't know where the tires are. Oh, there they are. Well, unfortunately, they fell, but I don't know if the second one... Oh, shoot, there they are. Well, well, not off to a good start, but that should be an easy fix. But unfortunately, the nose landing gear tires did fall off the aircraft, which I don't know who's responsible on, like, fixing that. But yeah, I set my 747 up to the side. But as you can see on the bottom, you got your stand. So this is my first engine model stand. So as I take that out of the plastic bag, it's a very tiny plastic bag. Alright, so as I take it out, so it's kind of like an easy fit to it. So I just roll this out and just like set her on the, well, it does require a screw, but I think I'll just like do that in a, like during my free time. I don't want to do it right now, but actually I could, oh shoot. Okay, I thought I was gonna like drop that. Oh man, thank goodness I didn't. But as you can see, so this is what the stand looks like once I place it in and screw this together. Yeah, I can like do that. I don't have like a small screwdriver or anything, but for the meantime, I think I'll just like, I just do it like this. Yeah, I think that's how I do it. So kind of like not my best effort at it. I'll just like, yeah, I'll just probably do that later, probably during my free time, or like if I have time, that is. But yeah, that's the stand right here. But other than that, besides the nose landing gear coming off, which that wasn't, I don't think that was supposed to happen. But hey, it should be an easy fix. But here she is. Wow, that thing is just a unit. That's a unit right there. Wow. Really fortunate to now have my first 747-8 in my collection. This is a job well done from Engine Models. Well, minus all, like, yeah, I will have to fix the landing gear once I finish this video. But other than that, I'm really fortunate to have my first 747-8 in my collection. And here's the NG Models 1/400 scale Atlas Air Boeing 747-8 freighter with the Apex Logistic titles, the last ever 747 ever built. Man, what a beautiful model from NG Models right here. The mold looks absolutely amazing and the printing of the livery looks fantastic. Wow, this model looks absolutely gorgeous, and I was able to fix the main landing gear. Not main landing gear, I was able to fix the nose landing gear. Unfortunately, it now loses the ability to roll, but hey, as if I'm not gonna like roll this model or anything, but I'm just very fortunate to now have her in my collection. Wow, this thing is beautiful. Alright, so let's get started with the review. So you got the cockpit windows right there. So here are the cockpit windows, and there's your emergency exit hatch. You got your top antenna right there. And then you got the nose shape, the iconic 747 nose shape. Honestly, I think NG Models did a great job on representing the nose of the 747. It might look a little bit kind of pointy. Actually, I think that looks about good. They might try to like update the mold in case like the nose shape of the aircraft looks a bit off. But other than that, I will say the nose of the 747 looks fantastic. But I will say some people complain that this model had like the cockpit windows. The cockpit windows of this model are quite a little bit too big, especially for this side right here. So I'll take a look at that later. You got the Atlas Air, so there's anniversary logo right there. You got the operated by Atlas Air Incorporated. You got your L door right there. Here's your main landing gear with part of the registration, 863. You got the Apex logistic tiles right there, and then you got your windows. That's where all like the crew members would like stay at. And then moving on right here. Moving on, well, you got some pitot tubes and stack ports right there. Moving on to the middle section of the plane, you got your two sides, like, what is that? Two sets of GE/NX engines painted in blue. They look very amazing. And then, yeah, basically everything is just like, there's no passenger windows or anything because this is a freighter aircraft. And yeah, here are your slat details. You got your landing light details right there, which is great attention to detail. And then you got your red beacon light. Let me take a look at some wing detail. So here's some wing detail. You got your coastal fuel frost right there. You got your, well, there's no emergency exits, but you got your flap track fairings, which I do like on how the tips are painted red. So that's great attention, another great attention to detail from NG Models right there. You got your ground spoilers, flight spoilers, and your flaps right there. And then you got your rake wingtip, one of the characteristics of the Boeing 747-8, looking very fantastic. And I set her down like that. And then moving on to the back area of the plane, let me zoom it in again. You got your cargo bin right there, so this is the cargo hold of the aircraft right there. This is like the port cargo hold. And then you got the Boeing 747-8 freighter tiles right there. And then you got your back antennas as well. And then you got your US flag and the aircraft registration, which is November 863 Golf Tango, which once again, a very special registration since this is the last ever 747 ever produced. And then moving on to the F&Nage area of the aircraft, you got your APU, which great attention to the APU details. They even add like a grayish, like this extension piece, like this circular piece right here. Excellent work from NG. And then you got your horizontal stabilizers, which I do like the fact there's also like a grayish trim right there, like gray areas of the horizontal stabilizers, or like the horizontal stabilizers, and the gray parts are the elevator trims, which is very nice. And then you got the Atlas Air logo right there. Very well printed on this model right here. Great work, NG Models, wow. And then moving on to the front section of the plane. So this is where I'm kind of like referring to. So as you can see, these are the cockpit windows. They said, like, some collectors say that the cockpit windows are a bit too big. I don't think, like, when I look at it in front, I think there should be like a line. It should have leveled off right here. But then they kind of like extended a little bit, kind of like right there. So that's kind of like the a little bit small complaint about the model, but as if I'm not gonna see this thing from like a closer distance or anything. But what I'll say, if I can focus it, I love the engine details, the fan blade details of the GE/NX engines. They even got like the swirl at the middle. Wow, that's S-tier effort from NG Models right there. What's also S-tier effort? I love the fact they added windshield wipers there. That is amazing. And then moving on to the starboard section of the aircraft, you got the Atlas Air tiles right there. And then you got the aircraft name. And then you got the sticker that says, Joe Sutter Forever Incredible, the father of the Boeing 747. So of course you got him right there, and the first 747 as well, the 747-100. Very special airplane right there. Very special aircraft, a very iconic one, and yeah, 747 really changed air travel back in the 70s, and really fortunate to fly on some 747s during my childhood, and another 747, which is from Asiana. But outside of that, you got your forward cargo bin right there. So this is the forward cargo bin of the aircraft. And then moving on to the back area. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I had to delete a couple of videos because of storage space. But as I previously mentioned, there's a forward cargo bin right there, and then you got the aft cargo bin right there. So here it is right there, very well printed. Now let me give you guys an overhead view of the aircraft, so let me give you some other perspectives. So here's the top view of the aircraft, looking very nice. Love the details from the beacon light and whatever you call this. And then moving on to the bottom section of the plane, let me just like position, let me like reposition to where it's comfortable for me. So here's the bottom section of the aircraft. I like on how they added the Atlas Air tiles right there, but I would like, yeah. So you got the Atlas Air tiles, and then you got the Apex Logistic tiles right there. What I do like about the Mould is the fact that there's like molded in air inlets, which is S tier effort from NG. And then you got your main landing gears right there. So here are your main landing gears, of course, 2 of them being in the fuselage, and you got 2 of them on the plane. You got your stand hole as well, and then you got your bottom antenna right there. Moving on to the front section, let me just hold her from the top like so. So here's the front section of the aircraft, looking very nice. No ground flex, or well, there's no wing flex, but you got your ground flex right there. S tier effort once again. And then you got the back area of the aircraft right there. So overall, this is a fantastic model from NG. Wow, this is really a special model indeed. So once again, I'm very fortunate to unbox my first 747-8 ever. Well, it's quite unfortunate that the nose landing gear wheels came off, but I was able to fix it, which is really fortunate for me. So that's the Atlas Air 747-8, last 747. Now let's move on to the Lufthansa 747-8 Intercontinental. So with that being said, let's move on to the 747-8 Intercontinental next. Alright, and our next 747-8 is a 747-8 Intercontinental, and that's going to be the Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 in the retro livery. Another nice addition to my Lufthansa collection, and my first passenger 747-8. Wow, I'm really excited for this. So once again, this is a 747-8 Intercontinental aircraft. So yeah, I'm really excited to have my first Lufthansa 747-8 in my collection. And yeah, a very awesome retro livery for this aircraft, I will say. So you got the Boeing 747-8 tiles right there. You got the CGI image of the aircraft. You got a nice box art of the Lufthansa tiles right there, so you can see like the Lufthansa logo. You got the Lufthansa logo in the current tiles right there. You got the aircraft registration, Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Tango. You got the 1/4 scale collectible model diecast melt, and then you got the Boeing license product right there. And this is another Ultimate Collection box, so I have 2 Ultimate Collections in this video, so I'm really glad to have it. Here's the Lufthansa tiles right there, and they open right there. And then here's one side right there, another side, and then you got another side like so. And then you don't see like the CGI image, like the CGI image of the aircraft at the back. It says nonstop you. And then you got the Lufthansa logo right there. And then you got your warning hazards, made in China. You got your Boeing license product right there. And the item number of this model is 78016. So yeah, really excited to have a Lufthansa 747-8 in my collection. And overall, I'm just beyond excited to also unbox this in today's video. So with that being said, let's get into the unboxing. And here we go with the unboxing. So as demonstrated before, in an Ultimate Collection box, you open this, kind of like a pamphlet almost, like what the Gemini 200 has. Here's the Lufthansa logo on one side, and once again, this is magnetic. So as I take it out of the box, we'll open the pamphlet. The Lufthansa 748 Retro should be inside. Oh my goodness, wow. S tier effort right there. And of course, I got my stand right here. I don't think I want to like go into like assemble the stand in this video, because like I think I'll just save for that at a later time. Here's my CRP from NG's December 2023, and over here at the pamphlet at this side it just says nonstop you with the Lufthansa logos right there. So with that being said, whoo, wow, really excited for this model. Of course, I do want to pitch. I think I should like pitch it so nothing like the cradle does not fall over. Ooh, wow. Man, really excited for this. So once again, my first 747-8 Intercontinental has arrived in my collection, and oh man, this is just an S tier effort right there. Hope it has the main landing gear in there. Let me check. It does, so that's good. Oh wow. Holy crap, this is S tier. Wow. Okay, I'm just making sure that there's like something. Okay, so I gotta check the wings. Wings are good, horizontal stabilizers. And check that, and wow, Jesus Christ, wow. S tier effort right there from Angie. Look at this baby right here. Wow, holy crap. Wish I could cuss, but I don't think I want to, but this is just like S tier. Wow. Man, look at that beauty right there. Look at her right there. Wow, Yankee Tango looking absolutely awesome, and Angie's 747-shape mold. Look at this beauty right there. Wow. Great work, Angie Models, on this model, and I'm really fortunate to have her in my collection. And here's the Angie Models 1/400 scale Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 lowercase I in the retro livery. I hope you guys like that Matt Cochran reference, but man, this is an S tier effort from Angie Models, and I'm really fortunate to now have this beauty in my collection. I think this is a very popular model for collectors. Not sure if that's going to be sold out in a couple of months, but I'm really fortunate to have her. So, let's get started with the review. So you got the cockpit windows right there, you got the emergency exit hatch right there, you got the Starlines logo, and then you got the nose shape of the aircraft. Once again, looking very nice and perfect. You got the black nose, which represents the coverage for like the radome thing. It helps like provide heat into the area. So yeah, that's kind of like a glare protection right there. You got the Lufthansa tiles right there, and then you got your windows at the hump, the very iconic hump. So as you can see, the Lufthansa, basically the 747-8's hump is longer compared to like the 400, so it kind of like extends all the way over here, and then you got your passenger windows over there. There's your L1 boarding door right there. You got the Lufthansa logo right there. You got the Peter tubes, nose landing gear, and nose landing gear door containing part of the Yankee Tango registration. So here's the L1 door, and then you got your L2 door right there. Well, basically, yeah, L2 door, and then L1 upper door. Yeah, just the upper door. So this is your L1 door, and then here's your L2 door right there. Then here's the cheat line. The cheat line extends all the way from here all the way to the back of the plane, and then you got your underbelly, your gray underbelly. Moving on, you got your L3 door over there. And then here are your GE NX engines with the Lufthansa logos as well. Once again, perfect effort from Angie Models. You got your pylon details right there, exhaust details. And then there's your landing lights. Another great attention to detail from Angie Models. Here's your Wi-Fi dome right there. Alright, so, oops, got me to hit my camera, so let me just position her like this. So here's like the wing details. So you got your cold sole fuel frost details right there. There's your emergency, this is like an emergency exit indicator right there of the aircraft. I love on how like the flaps and the spoiler details can be seen. So here are your ground spoilers, here are your flight spoilers, here are the flaps and the flap jack fairings as well. Flap jack fairings. And then here are the slats details. And of course you got your rake wingtip of the 747-8. Effort right there from Angie Models once again. Moving on to the back area of the plane. Here we go. So here's the back area. You got your L4 door right there. And then this is where the cheat line ends. And then you got your L5 door. And then you got the Boeing 747-8 tiles right there. Here are your back antennas as well. And then you got the aircraft registration, Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Tango once again. Moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft. Here's the APU once again. As I said on the Dash 8 freighter, perfectly representable APU at the 747. Here's your horizontal stabilizers along with like the cold sole fuel frost areas of the horizontal stabilizers, and then probably some trim markings right there, elevator trim markings over like at the very front of the rudder details. Rudder details, yeah. Oh, not rudder, the elevator details right there. And then you got the Lufthansa logo right there. The Lufthansa logo printed very excellent. And then you got your German flag and the Yankee Tango prefix, registration prefix right there. S tier effort from Angie Models once again. Oh, I love this. Probably one of my favorite models I have in my collection for this year. And here's the front section of the aircraft. Once again, looking very nice right there. Love the engine fan blade details and that swirl detail in the middle of the aircraft. And once again, as I previously mentioned, the front cockpit windows, they're a little bit too big, but Angie did fix that on the 747-8 in Lufthansa's older livery. But once again, it looks so nice, and I love the various details from the windshield wipers, and a whole lot more. Moving on to the starboard section, you got your R doors as well. Here's your forward cargo bin, so here's the forward cargo bin, let me focus it again. So here's your forward cargo bin, and as I extend to the back, you got your aft cargo bin right there. Looking very nice. Moving on to a top view of the aircraft, so let me position her. So here's the top view of the aircraft. Love the details, all the various details of the 747-8. Moving on to the bottom, if I can try to like do this. So here's the bottom of the aircraft. You got your stand hole, the engraved air intakes. Wow, S-tier effort. You got your, yeah, I already mentioned the stand hole. So you got your beacon light right there. You got the nose landing gear and your main landing gear as well. Looking very nice. Moving on to the front section. It's kind of like hard to like do it because this airplane is like very big. So here's the front section of the aircraft right there. Ground flex configurations on the wings. And the back section also looks very nice as well. So, really fortunate to have the Lufthansa 748 Retro in my collection. I might consider to try to get the old livery as well. And if they ever like do the current livery, then I'll also get that as well. But for now, really love this model. Probably one of my favorite models along with the 747-8 Freighter. But other than that, great work, NG models. This is just an absolute S-tier effort. Wow. Really fortunate to have this beauty in my collection and my Lufthansa fleet. Wow. Great work once again, NG models. Wow. Really awesome model right there. So that is it for today's video. So without being said, let's line up all my two 747-8s and we'll conclude this video from there. So without being said, let's get into the conclusion. No words can really describe how fortunate I am to have these 747-8s in my collection. These models from NG Models looks absolutely beautiful and I really have no words. They're just like, both models are S-tier efforts. So I have my first 747-8 Freighter and my first 747-8 Intercontinental. Looking forward to hopefully buy some more 747-8s from NG Models. That is if I have enough money, that is. Like if I, what is that? Like if I have enough money to buy some of these 748s that NG releases. I might try to go for the old livery Lufthansa 747-8, so hopefully I can get that model anytime soon. But other than that, these two amazing models look absolutely very, very nice, and these all came from NG's December 2023 releases, so really fortunate to have them. I pre-ordered those. The 747-8 Freighter, apparently, like, it was kind of like on a back order, but at least they came in. This came in, and I'm very happy to have them in my collection. So, looking forward to hopefully use these models in a future airport update that I do soon. Maybe it might be my KRVL, or another fictional airport update that I would like to do. Or maybe some other airport that I would like to do in 1/4 scales. But yeah, other than that, I'm really glad to have these beauties in my collection and they're just like perfect. No words can describe it. They're just absolutely perfect. Well, minus like the cockpit windows, but everything else, perfect. No words. Absolutely perfect. So great work, NG Models, on these 747-8s, and yeah, really glad to have them in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. And if you want to see all my model plane content, if you want to see all my model plane content, then you can click on that playlist and you can check out all my models from unboxings, reviews, and a whole lot more. So yeah, that's basically my model plane content for you guys. So, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.